Hello everybody and welcome back to Drumard Farm. So today what we're going to be doing is basically sorting out this shed. We have currently got straw bales and hay bales in here, but it needs to be emptied so that we can go and concrete all of this. It's currently dirt, as you can see, and well really it needs to be concrete instead because it just looks better, and obviously it's a much more, well, it's a much better floor to put it simply. So this has already been done over here. The shed was done in the previous episode. Going to drop these bales off here. I'll try and stack it a bit neater than it was before. Obviously before it was in a bit of a rush and, well, I messed up in the first place, so there was no real coming back from that, but now I'm moving them, at least I can stack them a bit better. Most of this is going to be done off screen because obviously we do have other stuff to do today as well, but if we can just get the first few moved in the video, that'd be great. So I do have a plan to actually change one of these tractors very soon with, well, I haven't really decided just yet, but I think it's going to be a New Holland. I'm guessing it's going to be based off the, is it an 8340? The New Holland 8340 from the base game. I know there's a mod for it, it's been out for a very long time. In fact, it came out almost straight away after the game was released, but I think it would fit in really well on this map. So that's my plan. In fact, I think it is a Ford modification. But yeah, I'm going to do that probably in a few episodes time. Anyway, I'll stack all of this mess off screen and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so most of it is done. I've stacked everything, they're just over here. And I keep getting the same message up saying there is no more space for the wool to spawn. So obviously, we either have to move the one pallet or, I can't remember, I think we did recently sell it all, so it should just be one. Otherwise, if there is quite a few, we'll have to sell them. Right, let's put the grab in and we'll get that lifted up. And we'll go and put it over here. Today I've been okay doing the bales. Usually I am horrific. Like I'd go and make a stack and then I'd get to the final bale, I'd go up to it and then accidentally knock it all over. But luckily today, fingers crossed it's going to stay this way, it's going alright. And I hope it does stay that way. Oh, that one's almost gone. Yep, I do have a habit of saying stuff is going alright and then suddenly it goes horrifically wrong. Anyway, one thing I want to talk about is my, well, it doesn't really have a series name, but you've probably noticed I'm doing sort of some unrealistically crazy videos. Not the main series, it's mainly on, in fact it's on Goldcrest Valley. We did the big harvest, and then I did the baling video with the very strange baler. Now I'm wondering whether or not to make that a series, because they are pretty fun to record, and they tend to get quite a lot of likes, which obviously is an indication of it being a popular video. So should I make it a series? Obviously it wouldn't be instead of this, we'd always be doing the realistic stuff, or the semi-realistic stuff. It's just I can't really decide. Is it a good thing to do? Yes or no? Please let me know if you want to. And obviously if enough people say yeah, keep doing it, then I will do. If they don't, then yeah, I'll probably just stop it. So that is those bales moved, the hay bales, and we're now onto the straw bales. Now this one is not a very good stack, but we'll just dump it here. And then we'll go and get the final stack. Once that's done, we'll move the tractor and the ATV and everything out of the other shed. And then we'll do a bit of concreting. Oh no, it's snowing or hailing. Not really the best weather for concreting. Luckily, it's inside the shed. There's the error message again, no more space for wool. I'll have to move the pallet. Now it is a bit dark, we'll speed up time, because I want it to be light as soon as possible. This is it a 5 high stack? It is. It's going to be fun to move. See how it goes. That must be very heavy for this tractor. How is that not tipping forwards? You'd think it would snap the front axle or something. It seems like a lot of strain on the front loader. Anyway, the tractor doesn't seem to be complaining, so we won't complain for it. Done. So the bale moving is complete. I'll just move the other vehicles out of the way as well. The sooner this snow clears or this hail clears, the better. Hopefully we're not going to have it for the whole video. We are doing a day per video as usual. maybe it's just going to be a grim day. So it's already set to concrete, I believe. Yep. It's set to remove grass, no, which should be fine. Let's go into here and hopefully, I'll put some lights on, we're going to see what we're doing. Hopefully it's going to work quite well. What I tend to do is just let it nudge the back wall, just so I know I'm going to get it right to the back every time. And yep, that seems to be working okay. It is quite hard to see where we're actually going to because of the tyre marks. Don't want to miss anything. Can neaten it up later. It's looking good. I can just about... oh good, they're disappearing. We do not want the tyre marks. It makes it very hard to do this. I'm actually surprised that Farming Simulator still allows the rain and the hail to go through the roof. You would have thought there would have been a solution to that by now. Maybe in FS19? Who knows? Right, I'm getting a bit tired of seeing the message. We're going to have to go and move that pallet of wool. We may be able to move it with the bale spike. Hopefully we can do. Right. I'll neaten it up later. Is the hail stopping? Well, it's not showing many signs of clearing up. In fact, it is just a completely miserable day, but that's just what we get. When we do a video per day, obviously some days are going to be fairly poor. But the forecast is for sunshine, so at some point the sun is going to come out, and then it'll probably be the end of the video, but at least then in the next episode, it'll be a much more pleasant day. Right, so this isn't ideal. Oh wow, 3 pallets have spawned. How? 4 pallets have spawned. This is what happens when we're doing a day per episode. I really don't want to be moving them with this, but they can't be that heavy, I would have thought. Yes, we're going to have to bring the appropriate tools down here. Put them in here for the time being. And then we'll do a big selling session later. Might not be today, but we can actually wait for more to appear. We do have the space to store them. The hail has stopped and it's cleared away, leaving a very nice day, which is fantastic. Just a grim morning. So 2 more pallets have actually already spawned. Obviously we're going to leave them where they are, even if I do knock them about. We have only got 1 more, which is full, and I've actually been stacking them fairly neatly, which is obviously much nicer than just dumping them, because I do want to have quite a good store. I don't want to just dump them in there and then take up all the space. So if we can get this one to the left of here, that would be great. Obviously it's not a piece of artwork. Oh, getting that one there. There we go. Okay, so yeah, we've got 4 full pallets of wool. Potentially here we've got, what would it be? £15,000 maybe, if we're lucky. Which is very impressive, because it's only wool, and wool isn't worth a great deal usually, so we are lucky to be able to have such a good price on it, and of course we're very lucky to be able to have 140 sheep. We do have quite a lot. I do need to keep an eye on the animals as well, because obviously we're skipping a day every time, so their feed is going to go down dramatically. Let me just see. Yes, already you can see the water has depleted in the cows and also in the sheep. The cows are neglected completely, so we're going to have to dedicate an entire episode to working on them. But the sheep are okay, we've got 150 of them now. That is very impressive. So, yep, that is the wool dealt with, at least for another episode. Let's go back to the concreting, try and get it done today. Also in a future episode we're going to be doing the greenhouses again. They were good while it lasted, but obviously it didn't last very long. So I need to keep an eye on that really closely. Quite a lot of manure is now spawning, which is really helpful. The reason why it failed before is because we ran out of manure, and you really do need the manure to actually do it properly. The good thing is the water is fairly unlimited. Right, so yeah, it's looking a bit rushed. Oh, auto saving. The issue is getting right up against the side there. You can do it in reverse, which is useful, but it's still quite tricky. Right, so we're into the next bay now, and I'm just thinking about it. I think a good tractor to use would be the Massey Ferguson 265, I think it is, if I remember the model number correctly. The reason for it is because it would be very easy to get around all the narrow areas. That's very interesting. You can actually put the front loader up before starting the engine. These are very clever hydraulics. Let's try it out. Let's see how we fit in here. So it is a bit of a shame about the dirt at the end there, but there's nothing I can really do. The only thing you can do is concrete before you place the shed. But now it's placed, there is nothing we can do. It's just as it is. So I'll finish this one on screen, we'll do the next one off screen. It's amazing how easy it is to lay concrete. No pouring required. Just get a roller and roll the dirt. Not making fun of the mod though, it is a fantastic mod. So useful. It's actually a very clever way to implement it into the game. And if you do want to download it, you can do. The download link is below. Okay, so we're very close to the end now. Just finishing off here, make it a bit neater. It's quite hard to make it neat though. There we go. Now we'll do. So what do you think to that side? We've already done this side over here. I would say the first shed we did was neater. Actually no, there are 4 there. We have 3 sheds in total, 4 bays over there, and 3 bays here, so it's a different size one over there. But either way, I think it looks alright. It will do. At the end of the day, it is much better than just some dirt, so we can't really lose. I was wondering if we should put some trees down as well. Now, money is tight because I was only told this before, but we were actually losing money when we had the glitch. We had a glitch in field number 3 when I tried to do the agroforestry, and we basically lost loads of money when we shouldn't have done. So what I'll have to do is add the money in later, if I can try and work out how much it was that we lost. Now yes, we have just teleported into the lorry. I've just realised it was left at the store, so I'm just bringing it back. I should have brought it back before, that way I wouldn't have had to teleport, but it was the only way of getting it. So yes, here we are, just taking it back to the farm. Now of course this is going to be required when we come to sell the wool, which is not going to be too long now. So I think because of course we missed the night time, we completely skipped the night time each time, the sheep are still producing their wool. I would say it would be the next episode when we're then ready to load this up. One thing I've noticed is, well, this lorry is for some reason very strange when it comes to putting pallets of wool on it. It tends to unload itself if you don't strap it on quickly, which is not very good really. We may have to think of another solution, a different trailer or something. But just for the time being, we'll put it up here in the same shed. Must make sure I don't ram into the pallets, so let's try and keep a good clearance there. That'll do. Shut the engine off, and yeah, these are filling up very nicely. So it is only 4:34, but we did have a very late night last time, so we're going to have to have a bit of an early nap. I have been told actually this water bowser here doesn't need to be here because it's not very hygienic for the pipe, the outlet here, to be actually in a pile of dung. This is fresh water, so that will have to be cleared. It'll have to be moved out of the way. This muck spreader can be loaded up at some point. Okay, so the next thing we need to do today is a bit of harvesting. There is a field number 33, which is actually right behind the yard which we've been working in. It needs to be done, really. It's oilseed rape. It's been ready for a while. We haven't really done too much to it, like we've been missing out on the fertiliser. So the best thing to do now, because we've missed it all, is just to get it done, get it harvested, and then we can of course put a different crop in there, and hopefully the next time I'll pay more attention and we'll keep the fertiliser on there more regularly. So we do have quite a bit of manure as you've just seen, so that can go on there. Quite a lot of eggs to pick up. It's a job for another day. It is quite hard to move this combine around the bends because obviously it swings out quite a bit and some of these lanes are fairly narrow. Good job we've got the fire extinguisher. Is it a legal requirement for a combine to carry one? I think you'd want it anyway, just as peace of mind. I'm not quite sure what we got stuck on then, but there's something weird. You go first, off you go. Right, so up to field number 33. This is literally going to take a few minutes because if you look at the field on the map, you can see how small it is. It's actually smaller than the yard, I would say, and this is quite a big header on the back of here, so it should get it done in no time. And of course, because it's oilseed rape, the amount of seed that we actually get off it is going to be minimal, especially as I haven't even fertilised it. So yeah, this is going to be very quick. So somehow we're going to have to take this the back way. As I've just discovered, for some reason the header is very easy to flip off the trailer, so I must be very careful here. Going the back way is obviously the best option. Going through the yard would be next to impossible. So yeah, I need to be so careful with this header. I thought it used to lock on, maybe I've just got it in a bad position. But yeah, somehow we need to get around this bend, where the gate is. This could be fun. Put on cruise control, so it's a bit easier to turn. Predict it a bit better if I'm going slowly. Yeah, this is the kind of trailer which is not going to follow us. This, I can already tell, is going to be hilariously fun. Well, in that case then, we may have to go the next to impossible way. Maybe it is easier than anticipated. Maybe going the back way is a mistake. Maybe actually if we go through the silage pit. If the silage pit was full, it would be impossible. But provided we can get through here without knocking the header off the trailer, we should be alright. Right, I'm not going to take that turn. We'll go through here. This is a big combine. It's too big for the map, really. I'm sort of considering not having 33 as a field. Maybe it could be grass, a grass field, not an arable field. Getting the combine up here is not easy. Oh, look at that. Okay, so to recover it, we're going to have to use the Kramer. You see, that is strange. I have not actually hit anything as far as I'm aware. There's no wonder it went flying. One of the collisions is sticking out too far. It's the trailer or the barn. My guess, the trailer. So with the trailer now repositioned, it isn't perfect, but it will do. We should now be able to take it up there with the front loader telehandler thing towing it. Oh, that was not good. Okay, so we'll take the combine up on its own. Just going to be much easier to do. Starting to go dusk. So let's go. Let's get this job done quickly. And it means going through our lovely new yard, which is actually looking quite impressive. If you remember, this was just a load of dirt, a massive expanse of dirt. We've turned it into this. That is quite a lot of progress. Actually, that is quite an achievement for me. We don't usually progress too much. So yeah, one of my achievements is right there. Nice to see. I'll spin around, then we can put the header in the correct place, and then of course we can just easily attach it. There does seem to be a bit of a scaling issue. That front loader looks very small. They call it a front loader. I think I'd call it more of a telehandler, but yeah, still, it does look very small compared to the trailer. And it is finding that very heavy. I have seen a compact tractor tow one of these before, and these headers on a trailer. And it's doable in four-wheel drive. I worried that because of the collision it's going to hit the gate or a tree and then rip the header off again, but all we can do is hope it won't do that. That's pretty good, that'll do. Right, so off down to the combine harvester. We'll go this way, otherwise we're definitely going to flip it off. We can get it attached and we can finish the field. Right, express delivery to the John Deere combine. Almost perfectly aligned. It will do. And that needs to be unfolded too. Get this thing out of the way. We'll unload the combine next time. There we go. And yeah, let's just get it done. I think the biggest job there was actually getting the combine to the field. Nothing else is going to be too challenging. You don't have to get... No, you have to get out and unfold the spikes. Yes, we do. That is correct. Right, we may have to lower it. Hit unfold spike. There it goes. This is what I forgot to forward up last time. So, with that all done, off we go. It is quite a slow combine. Turn the beacons off. I think it does about 4 miles per hour. You wouldn't want to do a very big field with it. It'd be nice to do 6 miles per hour. But for the fields we have on Drumard Farm, it's perfect. So that's the first headland, and as you can see, we have done probably 25% of the field at least. So, yeah, that gives you an idea of what little there is to do here. Ooh, like the reversing lights. Very fancy. Now I wonder if the last bit which is there is going to be the perfect width for our header, or if it's going to be just slightly too wide. Hopefully it's going to fit. Have to see. Okay, here goes. It's starting to get pretty dark now. Well, obviously this end is much thinner, not as wide. But it looks like it's going to be good. Perfect fit. Look at that, made to measure. Perfect. So, that is going to be it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be doing next time. There are lots of little jobs that we have to do, like collect the eggs and, of course, do the greenhouses. But if you have any suggestions, please let me know. And until then, I'm going to shut this thing down. And I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.